Hello, my name is Haley, and today we're mixing up some smoothies and one of my favorite things, ice cream. Before we get started, tap the subscribe button so you never miss a new episode of KinderCare Cooks. The reason I'm putting these delicious items together is because healthy smoothies, while great on their own, can be made into ice cream and popsicles. The green smoothie recipe we're making is from KinderCare's Cooking Academy program, where children as young as 3 years old learn to make healthy foods while learning valuable cooking skills. This recipe is a great one to do with your toddler helpers because they love to help you get in there and wash the spinach, peel bananas, and pour ingredients into the blender. Smoothies are appropriate for all ages. Children as young as 13 months old can enjoy smoothies as a snack, but that shouldn't take the place of breast milk or formula for infants. So I'm a firm believer in enjoying food of all types and that you don't need to deprive yourself to eat a balanced, healthy diet. The frozen treat recipes featured today are fun, flavorful, and they're packed with nutrients. And they let you control the amount of artificial ingredients and added sugar that ends up in your child's diet. So let's get some of our items together for the smoothie. Today I'm using a high-speed blender and some popsicle molds. If you don't have a high-speed blender, regular blender works just great. A handheld immersion blender can work, or even a handheld mixer. If you don't have popsicle molds, you can pour the smoothie into just about any type of container. An ice cube tray can work, or an empty yogurt container rinsed out. If you have some popsicle sticks, you can just stick those right in after the ice cream or popsicle has started to solidify, and those work just great. So let's put together our smoothie. For ingredients, we have a cup of coconut water. You could also use coconut milk. If you don't have that on hand, really regular water works, or any kind of nut milk. Lots of options there, but today we've got coconut water, so we're gonna add that in. We have 1 cup of unsweetened yogurt. A balanced smoothie should have a protein in it, a healthy fat component, and fruits and vegetables. Protein and healthy fats are usually found in the same item. Some examples that work well in smoothies are yogurt, which we're going to be featuring today. Tofu, the silken variety, works really well. You can use nuts and seeds or nut and seed butters, coconut milk or coconut water, and avocados are also a great thing that could be added in for that fatty acid source. There are so many fruits that work well in smoothies, but some of the basics to keep in mind that work really well are berries of all kinds, bananas, peaches, pineapple, and again, you can use fresh, frozen, or canned. Also, dark leafy green vegetables like spinach or arugula work really well. Those can be fresh or frozen as well. And then as an optional ingredient, but one that I think is super tasty in this, is this ginger. You just want to take a little spoon and peel off that thick skin, about 1 inch piece of fresh ginger. Adds such an amazing flavor. So we'll throw that in. We're gonna add the lid on there. We're gonna turn this on. And I've got this little handy thing that presses everything down. That splatter we got going there, that was a little wild. So you just want to mix it long enough to make sure everything gets incorporated. So now that is a smoothie basic, and this tastes just great like it is, but we are featuring popsicles today, so we're going to pour this mixture into our popsicle molds. All right, so we're going to fill these up. Kind of a fun green color. See, there's always leftover, which is great for parents, because maybe we just want ours in a glass. Okay, so kiddos can put the lids on these, and then you want to stick those in the freezer, minimum 3 hours, but probably overnight just to get them nice and solid. While our popsicles are freezing, let's tune in to watch one of KinderCare's young chefs, Oscar, as he makes banana yogurt ice cream.
Now our little chef is gonna help us turn the blender on and mix up our ice cream.
Okay, now.
Yeah, can you mix up our ice cream now?
Now let's dive into the recipe. Reducing added sugar in kids' diets is a vital part of what we do at KinderCare. And just like teaching social and emotional skills, we are partnering with families to inform and model healthy eating habits that begin with our youngest eaters and carry through all the way up through our school agers and their families. These frozen treats will help sustain energy levels as well as taste great. So let's walk through the steps of making this banana ice cream. What we need are 6 ripe bananas. This is a great one to do when you've got all those ripe bananas on the counter. You can add any type of fruit you want, such as strawberries to the banana, blueberry, crushed pineapple. The choices are limitless. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can't ruin this recipe. The American Academy of Pediatrics says children under the age of 2 should consume 0 added sugar. This is an important developmental time when young children are getting used to the taste and texture of natural whole foods. Added sugar guidelines for children over the age of 2 are to limit it to no more than 6 teaspoons per day, which is about 100 calories. But keep in mind, natural sugar present in foods is enough for children, and there is no requirement to add sugar into kids' diets. And when your ice cream is ready, find any container that you have. It can be a baking dish. I've used a bread pan before, and just pour it into that, cover it with saran wrap, and throw it in the freezer. We're going to flash forward in time and see how our frozen treats turned out. Woo, look at that. Okay, there we go. We've got popsicle, and they are ready for summertime eating. So with more kitchen magic, we have our ice cream all done. So I just pulled this out of the freezer. It's been there overnight, and you'll notice that I did add some strawberries into my version at home, just to add a little extra flavor. So go ahead and scoop that ice cream into your dish. It tastes great just as is, but feel free to add any toppings you and your kids love. I like some blueberries. If I had a few mini chocolate chips, I think I'd probably add those too, and maybe some extra strawberries. This looks pretty good.
Okay, take a big bite and tell us how it tastes with the strawberries.
Tastes good. Tastes like sauce.
Yummy.
We hoped you enjoyed this episode. Click below to get the recipe card and the shopping list so that you have everything you need to start making these fun, healthy, cool treats with your family. And if you're interested in the KinderCare Cooking Academy program I talked about earlier, visit KinderCare.com to see if it's available at your local center. And as always, hit subscribe so you don't miss our next episode.